Alright, welcome back to my channel. Basically what I do is I buy boxing gloves most of the time. I try them on, have a go at the heavy bag for about a month or two, and then come back with the review on how it holds up, whether it protects my hands and wrists. This is, I guess, labor of love, because why did I start doing this? There are few blokes out there who do it already, but I wanted to be an extra voice to see whether what they say applies to me or whether it's consistent across the board. So I'm hoping to be that extra voice on the side to like say, okay, this is true, or this is slightly different for different humans, because we have different size hands, wrist strength and forearms, which I'm finding out makes a big difference. Some people like glove A and a completely different person does not like glove A. So I decided to try and break apart which aspects of the gloves make it desirable for some, and there are quite clear parts of a glove. Some like the aesthetics, some just want something to put on and just chuck in the bag, some want a luxury item, some want something to protect the knuckles, some want the glove to protect their wrists, and any combinations of those. So depends on your level of training too, whether you're serious, you are everyday boxer, or you just like boxing gloves and collect them. So every person has a different aspect. So what I'm trying to do is pinpoint the moving parts and let the person like yourself decide, okay, this glove fits this box, so I'll try and buy it myself. Because when I started buying gloves, I had no idea that little things like that made a difference. And those of you who have been watching the last few months, thanks for watching. Really appreciate your views. Maybe some thumbs ups and a few more friends you can recommend to subscribe would be great. My point was, those of you who watch, I had long hair which was up to like my back, and after hitting too many times on the back, now my hair was so long that it flipped and smacked myself in the mouth. So I was like, nah, gone. So I just got the hair gone. So I was going for the John Wick, the assassin John Wick look up to here, but because my hair is so much of a bounce, now I look more like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Okay. Okay, so today I'm gonna do a review on EVERLAST Elite Pro fight gloves. I don't usually buy fight gloves, but I wanted to try a pair for myself instead of relying on someone else's life experience. I wanted to get a brand new pair. These were on sale in Christmas time, so I jumped on them because I would never bought them if they were full retail price. So it was quite a significant discount, so I jumped on them, and that's why I have a pair of 10-ounce Pro fight gloves. I'm an everyday enthusiast. I thought to myself, oh, I like gloves, I might as well start boxing. So I'm more of a everyday fitness, try to improve my skills a little bit on a daily basis, more than I want to be a fighter and destroy, and yeah. So that's where I'm coming from. I've also got other videos of me using gloves on the bag to show you what kind of use they have been up to or put through. Okay, so what I normally do is talk about the external of it, so how it looks like, the wear and tear, where the protection is, good or bad, whether I like it, whether I recommend it. So let's just start with the aesthetics first. I did just weigh them. These are supposed to be 10 ounce. 10 ounce. They're almost 10.6 each. Almost. I had these on, so I had to like just guesstimate. they're pretty much on point. I like the lightness of this, so I have to experience of this. I appreciate the lightness of this. So aesthetics, okay, this is leather. Move this out of the way. Okay, so just looking at this, you can see, I think they're either iron on or stuck on. You can see if enough use, they'll just peel off. Yeah, so these are stuck on later, but it looks pretty nice. I even like the tiny R there. So this is leather. So this is after 4 weeks of use. Still looks brand new. Still looks brand new. The only wear and tear obvious is here, where because this is a hard object, I squish it and squeeze this part. So that's why that's where the wear and tear is predominantly. Everywhere else looks brand new. So you can see the kind of like creases of the leather. So this also is supposed to be like a shield, supposed to be one piece, and I'll go about the protection later. So nice badging, Mexico. So this is made hecho en Mexico, meaning made in Mexico. And okay, padding. So for this straight away, most of the padding was here. Like most of the weight of the padding is here. And then this is just like empty space, so you can see empty space. That's where your fingers goes in. So that's the thickness, that's it. So it's predominantly here, so when you punch, you feel super protected. I never felt like anything was gonna hurt, unless it's gonna hit someone's face, which is bone, of course. But I never did that. I just use this on the heavy bags. So these are fight gloves. That's what you expect to happen. And this is either tighter or harder sewn leather. It feels a lot more rigid or a lot more dense, the foam. So this is more rigidly sewn, and this is softer. And there's quite a few holes for your fingers to breathe. 7 holes here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 holes here. Nice grip bar. I felt like something to grip onto. Grip bar. It's pretty dense. I liked its dimensions. So if I don't feel anything missing, I don't usually say too much about it, because that does the job. That's my point. Greatness is within. That's right. So all the stitching still intact, immaculate, double stitching everywhere, all around. And it goes here. So you can see all this is so nice. And I like that the thumb is sewn so close to that. Makes you feel safe. You will never get hyperextended. No chance of it coming out. Yeah, so there's no movement, which I think is a good design. That is sewn nicely. So this is a good quality product. Retail over here is like $400. So I didn't pay that. Yeah, I got a nice discount. So I had to try this. Okay. So now the thickness, so the foam is, you can see it's only here to here, and the foam is here to here. If you watch my channel enough, you know I personally prefer something which will like give me a sensation of nice support, so it doesn't move too much. This is very flimsy and soft. The sponge is so not dense that it feels like a washing dish kind of density. Washing dish. When you wash your dishes with that kind of scourer, that kind of density. So that's what this feels like. So it's like just a namesake sponge there. And this significantly denser. See, if I did this, you can feel there's like no support. Here, a bit more. It's like maybe twice the density of what I just described before. So the design is supposed to be one whole item without the break, because some gloves have a break here and it hinges. So if you needed support, so it's very top heavy. That's your support. That's your, well, I was worried that my wrists were going to hurt, but for some reason, I don't know whether the design or whether I was predominantly using T1 fast reps, I did not feel any impingement on my wrist. I was good. I was like, oh, okay. So another thing I have to figure out. So on the inside is a nice silky, it's not rough, so it's easy to put your hands in. Easy to open, and I found out it dried very quickly because it's so open, and also it's kind of like warmer weather right now. You can see it's just a normal liner, yeah? So it's comfortable, put your hand there, and I don't know if you can see there's extra padding inside here too, so it's very cushy. Your knuckles are padded and protected on the inside because of the cushion. So when it's easy to slide and comfortable. When you put your hand in, okay, my fingers go straight there and it doesn't feel like it's a comfortable, well, it just goes and you can't really like convince it to do otherwise. So that's the design. I guess that's the way it's sewn. So my fingers are, so there's padding, thick padding is here, and then there's like hardly anything. So where your top bits of your fingers aren't protected by much. So you want to hold on to live and just punch here. So every now and then I felt my thumb go into the glove, but it wasn't too much of a hassle. So it's not a design, it's just probably trying to make sure you always have a closed fist because you're actually fighting these. I found them comfortable. I never felt unsupported. I never felt like wrong angle, my knuckle or even my wrist would hurt. So I was quite happily surprised with these EVERLAST gloves, because I've heard a lot of people's feedback that the lower end models aren't so good. So when I ratchet this, so I literally like squeeze the heck out of this. Maybe that's why my wrists are supported. I'm like, see, this it's nice and snug. So I've never felt unsafe in these. But when I started hitting the bag with this, that's where I felt the difference in the 10 ounce, and these are fight gloves, one of the above. My shoulders, these shoulders inside, so maybe not the joints, but maybe, I don't know, nerves or fibers started to hurt because I was hitting too hard on the 10 ounce on heavy bag, which obviously these aren't designed for extended use on heavy bags. These are good for your pads and obviously fights. These are nice gloves. So these aren't designed for the heavy bag or extended use anyway, because I use 4 weeks, 3 times a week on this. By the second week, my shoulders started to feel, you know, that thing that starts needling into you. That's what I felt. So I was like, oh, better. So I did not wail too much, maybe a couple of punches, and then like, oh, okay, better stop. So by week 2 already, I was feeling I need to hold back. So again, this same thing. I love the sound. I don't know if you can hear the leather rubbing on each other. I kind of like this sound. I hope you can hear it. Little pleasures, eh? So I use this with hand wraps, and I used it with the T1 fast wraps from Fortress. I was surprised that they fit in here easy, no issue at all. So these are nice and compact and light. So the plus of these, I like that they were 10 ounce and light. So I felt more comfortable to throw maybe more punches or maybe more technically sound looking, well, in my mind anyway, punches. The heavier ones, you kind of have a lag, especially if it's I remember the clitorius training gloves. very top heavy, and I felt like these, if I didn't align it straight to the trajectory, it felt like there was a drag or something. These ones just did everything I wanted it to immediately. So weight wise, I love it. I guess the structure of this is not meant to cushion the impact. That's why my shoulders felt it within week 2. So I have to say I could not wait to get off these gloves, but I needed to use them for 4 weeks at least to have a fair account on these. So I could not wait to get off these only because I was using them only on heavy bags, and these are not designed for heavy bags. You will not have a problem with your pads. I'm sure if you go for a fight, these would do no problem. You'll be fine. So plus points: fantastically made gloves, no issue at all after 4 weeks of use. Leather looks brand new, except for where I put the converters, lace converters. Nice leather, good structure. Materials used look sound and good quality. So these are good because they are light. You can be more precise with your hits. The bad thing was, personally, I found my shoulders impinging within second week of using on the heavy bags only. So that's the feedback of these. If you have any questions about these gloves, have I missed anything? If you want to clarify anything, please feel free to write comments. I'll be very happy to get back to you. Just want to find out what you guys and girl maybe out there are interested in. Okay, yeah, I think I've covered everything. Nothing else to clarify. Next will be my take on the actual T1 fast reps, because I've used enough of them. So I think I'm going to have a review on them. Till next time.